First off, a video. It's going to make you see the future and understand a wonderful future where we can use brainwaves to fight crime, be more productive, and find love. Let's roll.
Sensing your joy, your playlist shifts to your favorite song, sending chills up your spine as the music begins to play. You glance at the program running in the background on your computer screen and notice a now familiar sight that appears whenever you're overloaded with pleasure. Your theta brainwave activity decreasing in the temporal regions of your brain. You mentally move the cursor to the left and scroll through your brain data over the past few hours. You can see your stress levels rising as the deadline to finish your memo approached, causing a peak in your beta brainwave activity right before an alert popped up, telling you to take a brain break. Your mind starts to wander to the new colleague on your team, whom you know you shouldn't be daydreaming about, given the policy against intra-office romance. But you can't help fantasizing just a little. But then you start to worry that your boss will notice your amorous feelings when she checks your brain activity and shift your attention back to the present. You breathe a sigh of relief when the email she sends you later that day congratulates you on your brain metrics from the past quarter, which have earned you another performance bonus. When you arrive at work the next day, a somber cloud has fallen over the office. Along with emails, text messages, and GPS location data, the government has subpoenaed employees' brainwave data from the past year. They have compelling evidence that one of your coworkers has committed massive wire fraud. Now, they're looking for his co-conspirators. You discover they are looking for synchronized brain activity between your coworker and the people he has been working with. While you know you're innocent of any crime, you've been secretly working with him on a new startup venture. Shaking, you remove your earbuds.
What do you think? Is it a future you're ready for? You may be surprised to learn that it's a future that has already arrived. Everything in that video that you just saw is based on technology that is already here today. Artificial intelligence has enabled advances in decoding brain activity in ways that we never before thought possible. After all, what you think, what you feel, it's all just data. Data that in large patterns can be decoded using artificial intelligence. We're not talking about implanted devices of the future. I'm talking about wearable devices that are like Fitbits for your brain. The newest way to monitor attention is through a device like this one. These are ear pods that are launching later this year. These ear pods, much like the video you watched earlier, are ear pods that can pick up brainwave activity and tell whether or not a person is paying attention or their mind is wandering. Okay, well you might think, fine, but even if we can tell whether a person is paying attention or their mind is wandering, you can't tell what they're paying attention to. You would be wrong. It turns out that you can not only tell whether a person is paying attention or their mind is wandering, but you can discriminate between the kinds of things that they're paying attention to. Whether they're doing something like central tasks, like programming, peripheral tasks, like writing documentation, or unrelated tasks, like surfing social media or online browsing. When you combine brainwave activity together with other forms of software and surveillance technology, the power becomes quite precise. So what do we do with this? What do we do with technology that enables us to monitor brainwave activity for attention? Do we embrace it? Do we resist it? I believe that there is a pathway forward with such technology. We might soon even use the technology to help people wake back up. This is a haptic scarf that MIT Media Lab has developed, which uses brainwave technology in a responsive way to give a person a little buzz, literally, when their mind starts to wander, to help them refocus and hone their attention. I'm giving you the positive use cases because what I don't want the reaction to be is, let's ban this.
First off, a video. It's going to make you...
Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Badash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone, who wrote very well, very beautifully. Double salutations to the Akim out here pushing the gospel and truth and sincerity to the best of their ability, given to them by Yahweh Shemel Shai. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the elect scattered abroad. May the election of Yahweh by Shemel Shai, Lord willing, fall upon all your houses. This is the brother Quanah Watts from the Arizona Great Millstone Camp. Great Millstone Camp come back at you, Lord will, with the edifying lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Really just an in transit, speaking through the spirit. Lord will, it is edifying. Lord will, straight to the point. But there was a video, which y'all, Lord will, I can put it into post production, man. So that way y'all can ultimately see what I'm talking about. But there was a video that ultimately the W.E.F, the World Economic Forum had came out, and basically played, for their little audience. And it's on their actual YouTube World Economic Forum, channel, and they played it. And basically, what it was is them basically talking about how there's a technology, right, that they have out, that'll help, propel, us into the so-called future, right, with, being able to track and identify, your thoughts, your attention, where you're placing your attention, for how long, and and implementing these things in the workforce, right, to where your employer is able to, basically track, right? They're able to look on their computer, right? If you're doing a call center job or whatever, right? They're able to, track, where you're at mentally, right? If you're, fantasizing about your employer or one of your employees, or, you're just, you're worried about other things, right? And then they'll give you, in their little ad that they played, the little movie that they played, right? It showed you that they can ultimately sit here and reward you, or punish you for not being mentally focused on the task at hand, or whatnot, man. Which is that's as brothers have said, man, all roads are leading to the MO to the TB, man. The RFID hip, Revelations 13 and verse 16, man. Because again, Esau's making it more and more clear, as it says in Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3, right? Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. So at the end of the day, right, it's easy to be understood, right? It's easy to see in this present time, right? Because after you keep going, right, in Habakkuk the 2nd chapter, right, it tells you that what, man? Right, at the end it shall speak, and prophecy is speaking, man, right? The Revelations 13 in verse, starting in verse 16, right, is playing out right before our eyes, and we know, right, we have the understanding that it is the RFID hip, man, which is the MARK, man, or the MO to the TB, right? But you have other groups out here, that are talking about how, the MO to the TB is sin, and you know what I mean, and all these different things, right? And sanctions, embargoes on countries, and all these different so-called white women, and you know what I mean. It's like that. Those are not speaking, man. Right? You're not hearing, that playing out. You're not seeing, right? In the times that we're in, right? White women basically being, advertised on TV and so on and so forth. You're not seeing that, man. You're seeing this micro hip all over these alternative news sites, out in mainstream media, right? Because this is what it is, man. The scriptures talk about, in 1 Esdras the 4th chapter, how the truth, right, is going to conquer all, man. And this is exactly what's happening, right? The true breakdowns, the true understanding of the scriptures is coming out, man, right? The Lord is ultimately, verifying his prophets, man, through prophecy, right? The prophets are speaking on prophecy, telling you what it is, right? And guess what? The Lord is having those exact situations come to pass. Again, beginning with the elder apostles of Great Millstone on down. You know? So we know and we see what time we're in, man. You know, but again, a lot of you Israelites, man, y'all are just continue to be bugged out, continue to, not pay attention, right? As it says in 2 Ezra, the 7th chapter, the 16th verse, right? Where it states that, roughly paraphrasing the scripture, obviously I'm using my phone to record, so I don't have my, my precepts with me, but 2 Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 16 says, why hast thou not considered in that mind the thing that is to come rather than that which is present? Right? You got a lot of, you Israelites, man, are focused on your phones and the next biggest trend, the next dance moves, and this, that, and the third. You ain't worried about, and the brother you wanted, that's beautiful that he said that before I departed from these brothers, man. The brother you wanna, and, our pops and everything like that, because, for those that don't know, me and him are blood brothers, right? Spiritually brothers too, man, most importantly. But nonetheless, I left, and, or right before I left, he was telling me, that he was watching this video of this older Jake, questioning this younger Jake on, the lyrics of these certain songs, right? And Yoana was telling me he didn't even know anything about these rappers, man. He ain't never heard their names before, this, that, and the third. So Jake is over here is focusing on things that, really don't even, like the mainstream person don't even know, man. You know what I mean? Jake is just worried about some dumbass shit, man, rather than worrying about, what is to come, man. The scriptures tell you, make no tarry to turn to the Lord, because at the end of the day, everybody knows about the Israelites, man. You can't say you don't know about the Israelites. Psalms the 19th chapter, right? The word has gone out to the four corners of the earth, man. There's no language nor voice where this word is not heard, man. So everybody's heard about the Israelites, man. But again, you got Jake, they just want to write it off, man. Right? The scriptures say that they despise the words of the Lord, man. They despise the law of Yahweh B'Shem El Shai. And well, guess what? That's going to lead to their destruction, man. Because they're constantly being told, constantly being warned, hey, but Jake don't want to stop doing it, man. Again, Sirach, the 5th chapter, the 7th verse, where it says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, man. For in thy security suddenly shall wrath come upon thee, man. Right? So when you think you're just good, right? When you think you all just dandy, and well, guess what? The Lord Yahweh B'Shem El Shai is going to bring that wrath, man. Right? And you can read Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, that the Lord is ultimately going to recompense you Israelites for your wickedness, man. The Lord is going to get you, man. Ecclesiastes 8, the 8th chapter, beginning at verse 11. Read that. Right? The Lord is finna get you, man. 2 Ezra 15 and verse 5, man. Or verse 8. Lord will hold his tongue no more as such the wickedness, man. You finna get your recompense, man. Yahweh B'Shem El Shai is long suffering, he's merciful. Hey, but guess what? He deals judgment when judgment needs to be dealt, man. The scriptures say that the Lord is known in the judgment in which he dealeth, man. Roughly paraphrasing that scripture, man. And on top of that, scriptures also say the Lord loved the judgment, man. So, hey, you Israelites that think you finna get away with it, that you good, you straight, you saved. Hey, no, you not, man. If you're not following, after the true doctrine of Yahweh B'Shem El Shai, which again, was given through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem El Shai to our, our beloved elder apostles, right? And they gave it down to us, that's building on that foundation, which Yahweh Shai is that rock, right? That foundation, building on that, man. The way it's supposed to be built on, man. The right way, man, with the correct doctrine, the correct understanding, the true understanding of the scriptures, man. Hey, you 2/3, man. Y'all got it coming, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, again, just a quick little in transit through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem El Shai. Lord will was edifying, Lord will straight to the point. Lord will, I can put that video in the post-production so that way y'all can ultimately see that video. I'll probably just mash them together. I'll play the video first and then probably get into this lesson. But again, Lord will, it is edifying. Lord will straight to the point and get all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem El Shai, B'Shem, Rachak Wadash, that belongs to the elder apostles, elder bishops of Great Millstone. Until next time, I say shalom.